Good day, ma'am. So, first of all, by the way, my name is Julia Silagan. So, today we discuss about public speaking. So, in the introduction, public speaking is the greatest speeches have moved nations through war and revolution, and it is important to life skill yet few people master it. And public speaking platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and etc. So, according to Bill Courage and Joseph Bernsch Eisenberg, public speaking is a public utterance and public fusion. And they have also a short story about public speaking. Public speaking comes from the West, essentially in a Greek Roman. In the Greeks studied in Rhetoric. In the teachers of Rhetoric is a Corax, and the students of Theseus. Then help then he helped also citizens to speak in court. So based for Corax, they have a three parts of speech. First is introduction and evidence and also the conclusion. The other famous Greek is Protagoras, the father of debate. And the famous Greek philosopher is Aristotle, the Caesar entitled Rhetoric, and discuss also the Logos, Ethos, and the Pathos. According to Greenberg Leeser, the successful methods in public speaking was Demosthenes. On the other hand, the most famous Roman orator was Cicero, the argued the teachings of rhetoric. So according to Boreal, a good speaker was the high character and the effective speech. And during pre-colonial, the Philippines allowed women to speak in public for religious rituals. So this woman was called babaylan. The community, a priestess warrior of the community of the Mandirigma, the leader of the colonial Philippines, and also wearing feminine clothing. So the Philippines actually, they have a tradition on a public speaking. During American period, the stage on Honor Francisco Balagtasan. The Balagtasan is like an ordinary debate, and they using the medium of English. So public speaking is founded on Western civilization, and they based on Greek Roman tradition.
First of all, my name is Jorson B. Crisostomo. This is the meaning of sample speeches of public speaking. Bataan has fallen. The Philippine-American troops on this war-ravaged and blood-stained peninsula have laid down their arms with heads bloody but and bow. The world will long remember the epic struggle that the Filipino and American soldiers put up in the jungle fastness and along the roads coast of Bataan. For what sustained them through these months of incessant battle was a force that was more than merely physical. The adversary, in the pride of his power and triumph, will credit our troops with nothing less than the courage and fortitude that his own troops have shown battle our men fought and brave and bitterly contested struggle. Yun na. Ginawa ko. The adversary, in the pride of his power and triumph, will credit our troops with nothing less than the courage and fortitude that his own troops have shown battle. Our men fought a brave and bitterly contested struggle. But the decision had to come. Men fighting under the banner of any unshakable faith are made of something more than flesh. Bataan has fallen, but the spirit that made it stand a beacon to all liberty-loving people of the world cannot fall. All of us know the story of Easter Sunday. It was the triumph of light over darkness, life over death. Today, on the commemoration on the resurrection, we can humbly, without presumption, declare our faith and hope in our own resurrection, our own inevitable victory. Yan o. We thought we were betrayed by Judas's way. We were taken in the night by force of arms and true we had done wrong to know our people were bound to deliver into the hands of our enemies. We have been with mock symbol of sovereignty. We too shall rise after we have paid the full price of our redemption. We shall return to show the scars of sacrifice that all might touch and believe. Okay, let's proceed to our next topic about the Filipino worth dying for. I have spent almost 8 long and lonely years in military confinement. The problem of martial rule and its injustice have made me all these years. During those 8 years, I learned that the true meaning, humiliation of courage of hunger, anxiety rather than be bitter. I have learned to accept my suffering as cleansing process and read opportunity to really grapple with the problems of the Filipino. I have asked myself many times, is the Filipino worth suffering or even dying for? Is he not a coward who would readily yield to any colonizer, be he foreign or homegrown? Is a Filipino more comfortable under an authoritarian leader because he does not want to be burdened? It would seem that he is more comfortable in being told to do than to think for himself, but this is only a superficial impression because deep down in his being he loves freedom but puts the highest premium on human life and human dignity. Is the Filipino prepared for democracy? Definitely, even before the arrival of the Spanish conquistador, he had already practiced participatory democracy in his barangay. Yes, I have gained valuable insight in prison, and like an average Filipino, I would like to tell Mr. Marcos this. I can forgive you for what you have done to me over the last 8 years because this I can do, but I can never forgive you for depriving our people of their freedom because it's not mine to forgive. I have waited patiently for you to restore the democracy you took away from us on the night of September 23, 1972, like the average Filipino.
Good day everyone, my name is Lisa Kino. I'm here to discuss about the Speech of the Troops. The Speech of the Troops at Tilbury is the famous speech delivered by Queen Elizabeth I of England in 1588 during the Spanish Armada crisis. First, an explanation of its context and the significance example of the speech of the troops by Queen Elizabeth at Tilbury. There are 5 significant examples of the speech. One is defiance and determination. Defiance and determination, the speech is celebrated for its confident and defiant tone, encouraging the soldier to stand firm and defend their country against the Spanish. Number 2. Unity and loyalty. Elizabeth emphasized the importance of loyalty and unity among her troops. She assures them of her devotion to their well-being and reminds them of their shared responsibility in safeguarding England. Number 3. The power of a monarch. The monarch's speech reflects Elizabeth's ability to harness the power of word and communicate effectively with her subjects. Through her words, she seeks to instill courage and resolve in her soldiers, rallying them behind her cause. Number 4. Gender and leadership. Elizabeth's presence at Tilbury had a significant impact as she was a female monarch during a time when ruling as a woman was often considered unusual and challenging. Her ability to inspire and command loyalty challenged societal norms and expectations. Number 5. Historical legacy. The speech has become an iconic piece of English history, representing Elizabeth as a strong and respected leader. It serves as to remind of England's resilience against threats and liberation by its people. Let's proceed to the second topic about second inaugural address of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural address was delivered on March 4, 1865 during the American Civil War. I'm here to give an explanation of its context and pacing. The United States was in the midst of a brutal civil war that had lasted for 4 years, resulting in immense loss of life and widespread devastation. President Lincoln had been re-elected for a second term and delivered his inaugural address as the war was nearing its end. Here is the 5 key themes. 1 is unity and healing. Lincoln emphasized the need for unity and reconciliation. He acknowledged the shared responsibility of both the North and South in supporting the war and stresses the importance of binding up the nation once and moving forward together. Number 2. Divine Providence. The address has a deeply religious and philosophical undertone. Lincoln reflects on his belief that both sides in the conflict sought divine aid, and he questioned how God could have allowed the war to happen. He suggests that the war may have been a necessary punishment for the sin of slavery, and expresses hope that God's judgment will eventually bring peace. Number 3. Emancipation and equality. Lincoln reaffirms the Emancipation Proclamation, which had declared the freedom of slaves in Confederate territories. He asserts that slavery was the root cause of the war and advocates for the eventual
abolition of slavery in the entire nation. Number 4. Reconstruct and forgiveness. The speech expresses Lincoln's vision for the post-war era. He urged compassion, forgiveness, and a just approach to reconstruct the nation and reintegrating the southern states back into the Union. 5. Human dignity and common good. Lincoln speak of the importance of compassion, charity, and human dignity. He appeals to the American people's sense of shared humanity and stressed the potential of the United States to be an example of liberty and justice for all.